Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. Today's episode, I wanted to show you my Avengers versus X-Men collection, but I only wanted to show the variants because those are the ones that, if any, have some value. Most of them are between the $5 and $10 range, but a couple of them jump out and caught my eye. But for those of you who are new to collecting comic books, this is probably like the third time they've done X-Men versus Avengers. I know one time they faced off versus Magneto, and I don't remember what the other time was, but I want to say this is the third. But if somebody wants to correct me in the comments below, please do. So, Avengers versus X-Men. As you can see on this cover, by the way, this is a Zero variant. It's 1 for 50, Stephanie Hans. And the reason why I bring this up is because this is one of the few ones that actually sells anywhere between $20 and $30. I checked up on all the prices of all the variants I'm going to be showing you for what they've been selling for the past day or so. And the cheapest I saw this one was for $23 with shipping. The story, got a little lost in train of thought. The story involves, obviously, from the cover, the Phoenix coming back to Earth. And the Phoenix is looking for Hope Summers. And the reason why it's Avengers versus X-Men is because the Avengers want to stop Hope from somehow getting the Phoenix Force. And, of course, the X-Men are in the way. So that's like kicks off the story. It was a really good story, which is the reason why I kind of went crazy back in the days. I want to say this was like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. And I went crazy with some variants, and I shouldn't, but this was back in the days when I was just buying everything that you just buy. You're like, oh, I got to get this, I got to get that. I wouldn't have picked up most of these covers. I would have really looked at it and been like, okay, I want this one or I want that one. But nevertheless, here we go. So I also have round one, a variant blank cover, which I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on the image on there. But when I do, I'll find the artist, I'll find who was involved in the book, and if I can, get them to sketch something for me, or just pay another artist to sketch it for me. But either way, I have a variant edition blank. So this is the cover that I was talking about that I would not have bought. Even though it's a number one, this variant right here, I just does not like the artwork. You got Wolverine coming in a pose that you would typically see of Daredevil, and I just don't like it. It hardly looks like Wolverine. It's just a bad drawing. And Captain America is okay, but I kind of expect a little bit more for variant covers. On the prices of these books, unless there's a price tag on it, I just paid cover price. Oh, sorry about that. Avengers versus X-Men round one is another variant edition. Now, interesting enough, this book I recently saw graded for a 9.8, went for like $200 with shipping. So I want to do my research a little bit more on this, because I just looked this up right now as I was getting ready to make this video, and I was just blown away that someone would pay $200 for this 9.8, which means that there's probably not that many 9.8s, but the amount that this was printed, people, if you have this book, go check it out. And if you think it even has a shot at being a 9.8, get it CGC graded. I mean, this book's in pretty good condition right here. I mean, the inside's not flawed. There's no rips or tears. I mean, right here, I don't think that'll take away from it being a 9.8, but still, maybe this hits a 9.4, 9.6. So, if you have this book, look for it. Apparently, people want 9.8 of this book. Now, this is a good cover. I really do like this cover. Round 2. So you have Colossus with the Juggernaut hat. Okay, never did like that look against the Red Hulk. And Submariner and the Thing are fighting. I like this cover. I would have still bought it. These books right here on the variant 2 average anywhere between $8 to $12. And I believe this one sold for like around 11. Another round 2 book. So you have Emma Frost versus the Hulk. I did like this cover. I don't regret buying this one as I look back on it. Round 3. Nothing really special about here. Clear this. These books are 7 to 8. So if you're looking at the value on most of these books, yeah, they jumped up on some of them double cover, and a few of them have, shot up. But overall, this goes back to what I've been saying about, picking up hot books that people are hyping up and then die down after a month. And variants are so notorious for doing that. So please, when you are collecting or buying variants, buy only the ones that you like, because otherwise you're just going to get really upset. But great cover. When I looked up for the sold, but I only looked up one page. I didn't get a price on this, but I thought I saw one. There was like a black and white version, sell for between 20 and 50, something like that. So this is round 3. Now this one was a great cover. This is a 1 for 100, I believe, and round 4 variant edition Thor versus the Phoenix. Great cover. This is selling between $15 and $20. So I only paid $3.99, so that was a great pickup for me. Yeah, this cover is great. Here's Spider-Man versus Iceman. I believe these two are really good friends, and pretty sure. I mean, I know they made the animation where it's Iceman Firebird or Firestorm. It's an old comic, really showing my age here. But number 4 here, on average, besides that one, is just like $5 to $10. Nothing really. Sometimes you can even get a little bit cheaper. You'll probably find a lot of these variants, except for those ones that are over $5, in the dollar bin somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. And round number 5. These are selling anywhere between 5 and 10. Now this one, I did like this cover right here. And in hindsight, getting the black and white thing, I shouldn't have got that. Or the black and white Colossus Juggernaut, that's just buying into the hype. And this book I paid $10 for. I didn't see it. I only went, like I said, I only looked through the first page. I wasn't going to make a research project out of trying to track down the sales of Avengers versus X-Men number 5 variant edition. But this is a great price at the time when I bought it. At least it was for me, because I had missed out on it. And I like this cover. So you have Red Hulk, who I don't like, fighting Juggernaut Colossus, which I'm not a fan of. And in the background, you have Cyclops and Captain America. But I didn't buy it for the background. I just thought that the cover, this part right here, was really cool. Here is round 6. More black and white variants. So round 6 are selling between $7 and $10. Thor versus Storm. She's in black and white. Oh, look. Wow, how creative. And I bought into it. So what can I say? Black and white Thor, color Storm. So this is a variant edition number 6, round 6. Round 7. I thought was a cool cover with Hawkeye versus Cyclops, just the way that they were posed. And I'm just checking up on my notes. So while I'm pausing, if you see me pausing, it's because I have my little notes that I'm trying to verify everything. So number 7 is $5 to $10. And these are the prices I just checked for today. So here's number 8, Beast versus Luke Cage. I like this cover. Again, $5 to $10. I shouldn't have bought into the hype of the, black and white Beast. Oh, look, another surprise. Black and white Luke Cage. I know you're probably tired of me saying what a surprise, but when you look back at certain purchases, which I recommend that you do every now and then, if you don't like it, what you bought, you should think about why you bought that at the time and just make a little mental note of why you shouldn't do that again. But at the time, I had a lot of disposable income at this moment, so buying all these different variants was okay for me at the time. Love this cover. Again, I'm not into the black and white now that I look at it now, and I wouldn't pick this up. But round 9, Daredevil versus Archangel. Check another cover, but reversed again. And this book should have said it's going between 5 and 10. And round 10, I am not really impressed with the artwork. It just seems really weird. So they're both facing you, but he threw his cards, and I guess he's in some turning motions. But the way that they have it shown, I think a better view would have been him turning more to the side, and you're seeing the side of his head looking towards you. I thought that would have been a better cover to show this, but it's okay. But no, I don't really like it. I wouldn't have bought this. Joaquin of 2008 would have not have picked up this variant, even for $3.99. Here we go, little purple cover here because of Gambit. And I am missing number 11, and I looked that up, and those are going anywhere between 5 and 10, and sometimes even cover price. And the last one I'll leave up here as I wrap up is round 12, Iron Man versus Magneto. This cover is going for $5 to $10. So as you're buying these books and you're buying all these variants, I know I'm going to keep stressing this, but don't look at variants as an investment, because you're most likely are not going to be happy with the results. Unless, and I really don't want to encourage this type, but you have to buy it that day and wait either a few days for the hype on certain books to really build up and then sell it. Otherwise, you're just sitting with a book that if you're trying to speculate or trying to flip, you just lost out on potential money. And there are other products that you should be investing in or speculating on to get than trying to buy a variant of the week. And as you can see, my little notes here, really, what? You had number 2 for $11, a 9.8, so maybe at one point this was really hot, and still is, just because there are no 9.8s or very little. And this Stephanie Hahn's book is something that I would definitely recommend if you have one in great condition to get it CGC graded, and apparently number 1 for whatever reason. So I hope you enjoyed looking at Avengers versus X-Men, the variants. If you do not have this, you can pick up this whole series, not the variants, for I want to say between $20 and $30, maybe even cheaper, and that includes shipping. If you go through the dollar bins, and as you're going through the dollar bins, maybe it takes you about a month in different places. So if you do, I recommend doing that. Get the whole series. It was a great story. I really enjoyed it. And if you Like what you see, hit the like button and leave a comment below if you remember this story or remember collecting it or what variants you collected and why. And if you're new, which most of you probably are who are watching this, welcome first timers and hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you later.